The sun is shining, you can hear the birds chirping. What a lovely day. But you're lying on the floor, trying to breathe. Tears running down your cheeks. And it feels as if your chest is too small to fill it with air. You are suffocating. And you close your eyes and you hear a voice. Save yourself. And again, save yourself. Do it. What are you waiting for? Save yourself. And that's when you suddenly take the biggest and deepest breath ever. And again, you start to breathe. You fill your lungs with air, and with every breath you take, you fill yourself with life, your life. Welcome back. Now it's time to listen to yourself and to live the life you want to live. No more excuses, no more hiding. It's the moment to find out who you are and to start to express yourself. Embrace every element of funk. And my name is Anna, and I want to know who you are. Don't you?
A significant life, just where it was needed. Gleaming black as night, cloistered in.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Anna Jelen, the time expert. Today, I will tell you a story about one of the most important lessons I have learned in life and how this has catapulted me into another universe. If you consider to think about a few questions I will ask you at the end of this episode, then maybe today you will start to walk an adventurous path which will lead you to a freaking exciting life. Let me tell you a personal story, and maybe you can find yourself in it. It was a chapter in my life where everything was good. I had a great relationship, I was happy with my job, and there was Diabolo, my best friend, in the form of a horse. In all respects, it was a comfortable life. Years had gone by like this when suddenly I started to feel different. It was like an inner discontentment. And that was strange. And I remember telling me, "Come on, Anna, everything is fine. What's going on with yourself?" But I couldn't find out what it was. Until this one evening happened. I was alone at home, sitting at the table, eating my spaghettis and thinking about my childhood and teenage times. I was time traveling. My dad always called me Indianertochter, which means the daughter of an Indian, but we talk about the Native American Indians. And one day, I was a teenager, I painted my face with a burned wooden stick, and it left black coal traces, and I loved it. It felt me. But of course, you can't walk around like this all the time, can you? So I didn't. And now, years later, when I was sitting at the table, I thought, I want to do this again. So after my bowl of spaghettis in Napoli sauce, I took the car, drove to the next supermarket, and I bought some paint. I was so excited to get back home. I put on some good music, and then I sat in front of the mirror and I started to paint my face. But that was just the beginning. I began to undress. And I just kept on going, painting my body with all those traces of color. It was a blast, I tell you. I felt like the luckiest person alive. Hours later, my painting was finished, and it was on every inch of my body. Satisfied and happy, I started to fill the bath with warm water. And I remember getting in the tub and thinking, wow, this is going to be a mess. But as I slid into the bath, I watched the water and nothing happened. The water stayed clear as glass. Now, boys and girls, if you paint yourself, let me give you an advice. And no, it's not one of the most important lessons I've learned that evening, but never ever take acrylic paint. It sticks to you like glue. And someone even told me that this was a dangerous act, therefore my body wasn't able to breathe anymore. Well, the acrylic paint is like putting concrete on yourself. I had to pull off the paint like peeling it from my skin. And it took me days until I was color-free. But that's just a side story. Why do you think was that evening an eye-opener for me? Look, I realized that evening that I wasn't expressing myself as I used to do it. And this shocked me, because not to express yourself means to hide. I have neglected my real inner being. That's it. I have been hiding. Was I true to myself? Was I living the life I really wanted? I mean, yeah, it was good. But was it my path, or was I following the path that others had built for me? Suddenly I wasn't sure anymore, and boy, that freaked me out. I understood now is the time to dig deeper. It's time, Anna, to get to know yourself. That evening, I started to ask myself some fundamental questions. Now listen carefully. Am I sincere to myself, or is there anything that needs to be said? What if I continue living the life I'm living right now? What am I afraid of and why? Is there anything missing in my life? What are the most important values, and are they integrated into my life? With these questions, I welcome you to the journey of learning who you are. It is not always easy, and for sure it is a never-ending path. But with every question you are asking yourself, no matter how tiny this question will be, you will get to know yourself better. A few days ago, I was sitting with a friend and we talked about this, about self-expression, about finding out who you are. I asked, are you more a mountain or city lover? He likes it both, and that made him think that he doesn't have a clear answer. And I thought about this, and today I would say, but that is a clear answer. It doesn't always have to be this or that. It can be both. He's an open-minded guy, and his response was proof to that. You see, it's worth to ask yourself questions, no matter how small or how big they are. Let's travel back in time. Do you remember how you were as a kid or as a teenager? As a kid, everyone claps the hands when you do self-expressive things. It's wanted. Self-expression means nothing else than to evolve, because now you are exploring your individuality. These are the things that differentiate you from others. That's exciting. You are on the path of becoming yourself. Now, we all look different from the outside, but we live in a time era where we are trying to imitate others too much. It's good to have inspirations. It's good that I wanted to be able to dance like Michael Jackson when I was a kid. It was good that I wanted to fly to the moon as Armstrong did. And it's good that I wanted to write as good as Hemingway did. But you still always have to be true to yourself, which means to find your individual forces, to find your inner voice. Never to stop to explore who you are. But then the system hits your life. You are told how to do things, and you start to believe that there is only the one way how to do something. Like the way the other person teaches you. That's how you do it. Oh, really? Yes, do it. Okay. And that's when you start imitating. The whole life we are told how to do things. It is no wonder that some of us will have a massive lack of self-responsibility and confidence in life. But even though we are told how to do it, we should never ever, I repeat, never ever leave the path of questioning things. Again, if someone tells you how to do it, you could question if that really is the only way to do it. For sure, there are other ways. And maybe you will be the one who finds better ways. Maybe we all experience chapters in our lives where we can't express ourselves all the way out. That's okay, but we shouldn't stay trapped in there. You should, no matter the circumstances, take yourself as who you are. But if you have this inner urge to express yourself, don't hesitate to start a journey. I got out of it by starting to meditate and to ask myself questions. That was the first step on the journey to get to know me. Next steps can be throw yourself out of your comfort zone again and again, learn how to handle critics and judgment, dare to speak up, care and help others. There are so many ways to get to know thyself better, but be patient and always remember, you evolve every day. There is no downtime on this, and I mean, isn't that fantastic? We evolve as long as we continue the path of learning. Decide to find out who you are and embrace yourself. It's worth it. And imagine that this is your contribution to this world, to share your own energy. Because your energy is different from anyone else's. Today I was asked, name one thing you couldn't be without. And my answer was self-expression. It's a way of freedom and liberty, and I have gained a lot of confidence since I am living this. And then I asked, how about you? How are you expressing yourself? My dear listener out there, may I say again how much it means to me that you are here on board. You know, I always enjoyed doing my work because I have the desire to create ideas, tools and helpful thoughts. But since you guys are with me on board, I understand even more why I'm doing this. Thank you. Wherever you are, maybe it's the moment to think about expressing yourself. And let me know how it goes. Take care. Bye. And by the way, now you might understand why I still always have some color in my face, because that is me. Every day I stand in front of the mirror and I ask myself, where shall it be today? What is it going to be and what color? It's a way to express myself. Nothing special really, but it makes me feel like a daughter of a Native American tribe or some Vikings. And that's who I am. And another, by the way, if you want to see some pictures, me having some color in my face, go and look at Instagram. And also today, the vlog is coming out, and it was taken yesterday actually by Samuel, and we were in the beautiful mountains and it was a very good moment. So if you want to have a look, go and check out my YouTube channel. Have a lovely day. Bye bye. Bye bye bye.